Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? This is Joe Simmons here again with Money Mentality. This here is part 2 of Mad Money Origins. In the first part, I talked about how I was able to write a book in regards to how to make more money with half the time, half the stress. As I mentioned before in the previous video, I kept getting asked, "Hey, how do you make more money?" So I wrote the book and I did it, but this is really how I was actually really like technically and strategically able to write the book. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Bob Proctor, the legendary Bob Proctor from The Secret. So I follow his page on Facebook, and my current mentor Susan Hansen, she found me on Facebook, and she liked some of the content, and I was engaged with the community. And she sent me a friend request. So at first I was like, I didn't really know who it was, and then when I seen that she was a PGI, which is a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, that's the name of Bob Proctor's company. I was like, sure, let me connect with her. So I accepted her friend request, and she sent me a DM and said, hey, I noticed I seen your profile. I like what you're doing. I noticed that you're engaged with the community. Would you be open to some free coaching? Now, me, when I heard free coaching, I was like, absolutely. I felt like I had to jump on it, especially since, she's connected with Bob Proctor. I mean, like I said, Bob Proctor is a legend. So any opportunity I get a chance to, get some free coaching and from the Bob Proctor Gallagher Institute, I'm down for it. So that's exactly what I did. I took her up on the call, and, we got on the first call, got a chance to build some rapport, got a chance to know each other a little bit better. So far, it went well. So she was like, hey, let's have another call, but let's actually have more like a conference call. So we had used Facebook Zoom, and we did a Zoom call on Facebook. And, she started asking me, what were some of my goals and what I wanted, some of my dreams. I really never had a lot of people ask me that. I'm usually the one that's inspiring people to go for it and do what they need to do and live their best life. So for somebody to come and ask me, say, hey, what do you want to do? It was kind of shocking. It was kind of so surreal. So I told her, I said, hey, I always wanted to write a book. She said, you always wanted to write a book? I said, yeah. I said, it's been like 4 or 5 years at that time, and that I always wanted to write one. I never wrote one. So she was like, okay. She was like, I'll help you do it. I said, for real? She said, yeah, I'll help you do it. So I said, okay. She said, make me one promise. She said, I will help you, but you have to do the work. So I'll help you step by step, but you got to be willing to do the work. Not only that, it helps that she had wrote a book previously herself, so she had already went through the process. So she had already knew. Well, this also ties back into the book, which is principle number 1 is knowledge. She had the knowledge that I didn't have. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. You want to help me? I'll do the work. So she told me, she said, hey, I need you to write 30 minutes every day. I said, every day? She said, every day. I said, when you say every day, you mean like 7 days a week? She was like, Joe, let me ask you a question. I'm like, yeah. She was like, 7 is greater than 5, right? I'm like, yeah. So she's like, the more you write, the sooner you get the book done. So I was like, okay. I'll never forget. It was August 21st, 2018. So a little bit, as I'm recording this, so it's a little bit over a year. And it's funny what a year can do. I'm glad that I started. I really didn't think I could publish a book in a year, but I did it. So anyways, so I was like, okay, 30 minutes every day, cool. So she asked me, so she was like, well, when do you want to start? Now, I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm like I said, it was August 21st. Not on that, this was on a Tuesday. This was a Tuesday. Like most people, I'm human. I wanted to procrastinate like everybody else. So I'm looking like, okay, well, I want to start the beginning of the week. Not only that, Labor Day and everything was coming up, so I was just going to try to push it back. So I was like, well, how about September? And I gave her a date. She was like, well, how about tomorrow? I said, excuse me? She said, yes, how about tomorrow? I said tomorrow as in Wednesday. She said, yeah, why not? I was like, oh, okay. But in my head, I was like Joe, like tomorrow, like that's, you got like no time to prepare or whatever. So she was like, look, you say you want to do this, you say you're not happy with where you're going. Here we go. And then I thought about it too. I'm like, you know what? I really don't like where I'm going. I want to have a better legacy, uh, especially, for my son. But I also thought about it. I'm like, you know what? She willing to take time out to help me. A lot of people be begging for this time. So I'm like, I'm going to take advantage. So I was like, okay, cool. I committed to it. I was like, okay, cool. Tomorrow we start. So I got up, got up at 5, wrote for 30 minutes, checked in on Facebook, and that was also the stipulation. I had to check in with her every day. I had to send her a DM every day after I finished writing. I had to send a DM to let her know that I did it. And in a nutshell, that was also pretty much how I did it. Now, like I said, along that process, which was principle 2 in the book, I had to use these same principles. So first, I had to get the knowledge. She helped me out with that, principle number 1. Second thing is continue to learn. I went through a 10-step process. I even have a potential book that I'm thinking about explaining my process on how I went from, just an unknown author to now I'm a published author. Step 2, continue. I had to continually learn over and over and over and over again. Then also to step 3, I had to figure out, okay, cool. Now that I had to practice, which was every day, which was writing the 30 minutes every single day until this thing was done. Like, I must have edited this book probably like 6 or 7 times. And that's one thing too. When you write a book, a lot of times you think that, once you write it and this and that you're done. No. I didn't even have an editor. I self-edited it myself. But at the same time, I still had to rewrite. And that's the thing too, with writing or storytelling. Nothing's written, it's rewritten. So I had to keep writing over and over and over to get it better to where I felt like it was adequate enough, to send out into the marketplace. Then on top of that, step 4 was adaptability, or principle number 4. I had to learn how to adapt. It was just change after change after change after change. Then principle number 5, which was branding. I had to figure out how did I want to brand this book. I really wanted it to be like an everyday guide. Now, this is not your, all guide to all money or to wealth. And like this is just meant to be like an entry-level book that just help people out to relieve the stress and half the time will have the stress to make more money. That's pretty much what this book was for. So I priced it very low. That was the brand. The marketing was, I went to social media, and also people at the personal finance company that I work for, and telling them about it too as well. Then the network. I had a network of business professionals, also family, friends as well. So I reached out to my network. Then I advertised a little bit as well. So that was, I will say that was an area that I liked in. But I was just also still shocked that that I got the book done. Which also too leads into principle number 9, which is focus. There were some days I had to just focus on the book and just get this done and avoid the distractions. Then principle number 10 is teamwork. Like I said, I had Susan. I had a couple of mentors. I had a couple of people that was guiding me along the way. So they were on my team guiding the way. And then principle number 11, which is experience. I had got the experience. So now I know how to write additional books. And then last but not least, which is the most important, number 2, I got the results. The result was to have a published book within 1 year. And I did that. So I'll run through it again and recap the 12 principles. Principle number 1 is knowledge. Principle number 2 is continual learning. Principle number 3 is practice. Principle number 4 is adaptability. Principle number 5 is branding. Principle number 6 is marketing. Principle number 7 is networking. Principle number 8 is advertising. Principle number 9 is focus. Principle number 10 is teamwork. Principle number 11 is experience, and principle number 12 is results, which is the most important. At the end of the day, it's all about getting results. So that is part 2 of Mad Money Origins, how I was able to write the book Mad Money in half the time, half the stress. I hope this video provided some value to you. I hope you got something out of it. Feel free to reach out to me. You can leave your comments, thoughts, suggestions in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you in another video. Simmons out.